Lali-ho everyone! Final Fantasy XIV's new ultimate raid, Dragonsong's Reprise, has been the focus of the top raiders in the world, as well as thousands of viewers who wanted to share in the experience of this incredibly hard content with multiple phases. However, it was not only the difficulty that brought people in, but also the alternate, non-canon Dragonsong war story the raid is based on. The answer to the question, what if we saved Haurchefant? Dragonsong's Reprise starts on the bridge that all players who finished Heavensward are familiar with. The bridge where we lost Haurchefant when he tried to protect us from the spear thrown by Sir Zephyrin. The events occur ever so embellished than we remember, of course, as this is the Wandering Minstrel's telling. You get to fight the bosses from the Vault dungeon, but nevertheless it ends the same way. Sir Zephyrin throws the spear, and Haurchefant dies protecting us. At this point of the story during the MSQ, we defeat Bismarck, go to Azizla to catch Thordan, and while doing that, we also lose Ysayle as she defends us from the Imperials. However, the ultimate takes us from the vault directly to the Singularity Reactor, where the fight against King Thordan and the Knights 12 takes place. And after that, you end up at the final steps of Faith where you face Nidhogg, defeat him, receive a buff from both Haurchefant and Ysayle's ghosts to overcome the ice, and by working with Alphinaud, you finally save Estinian from Nidhogg's grasp. Up to this point, everything happens in the same order, and the story ends the way we experienced it in the first place. But then, the Minstrel's alternate story begins. One where our dear comrades are spared their tragic fates. Upon being sent back to the bridge at the end of the vault as a new phase of the ultimate fight, the party needs to face the first bosses again. However, this time around, when Haurchefant comes to protect you from Sir Zephyrin's spear, you have the chance to actually save him by using Tanked Limit Break, healing him and destroying the spear itself. And this is where everything begins to go horribly wrong. Now in a separate, alternate timeline, we again go after Thordan to stop him. But due to the fact that we do not experience the loss of our dear comrade that essentially spurred us into immediate action, this time we do not set out as fast as we originally did, which gives Thordan enough time to actually enact his plan. Upon going to Azizla, Thordan absorbs the ether of the Warring Triad, presumably before we even get to set foot in the facility. And by using both his immense ether pool and the Eye of Nidhogg, he begins to temper the dragons, which takes us to the next phase of the ultimate fight. This phase takes place at Thal Om Kash, the northern corner of the Churning Mists, where Thordan appears with the tempered Vidofnir, Vedrfolnir and Darkscale, who also attack you along with the Knights 12. However, the end to this part is quite different, as Thordan, upon being beaten almost to death, begs for his life. And the Warrior of Light, ever being the compassionate person, has the option to spare him, which Thordan actually immediately makes fun of before running away and leaving his sword Ascalon behind. Upon sparing Thordan, the fight takes you back to the final steps of Faith where you face Nidhogg, but this time he's not alone. By using the Neuralink technology, Nidhogg binds Hraesvelgr and makes him fight against us. Now, this is extremely depressive for Hraesvelgr because of his promise to his beloved Shiva, which is to never kill a mortal. This is actually part of the gameplay as well, because if he manages to kill you during the ultimate fight, he goes into a sort of rage for breaking his oath, where it becomes impossible to overcome him and the party eventually wipes. Moreover, both Haurchefant and Ysayle, now alive in this alternate timeline, are on the bridge as well, fighting Nidhogg's minions that try to attack Ishgard. After defeating both of the first brood, however, yet another thing goes wrong. You see, Estinian still has Nidhogg's eyes, and Alphinaud desperately tries to save him, but because neither Haurchefant nor Ysayle is dead, there is no one to give us the final push to do so. At this moment, Thordan shows up and absorbs not only the eyes of Nidhogg, but also the eyes of Hraesvelgr as well, becoming the Dragon King in the process. As if this is not bad enough, he also hits the entire bridge where the fight has taken place with a very heavy attack, which is assumed to effectively kill Haurchefant and Ysayle, as well as presumably Estinien and Alphinaud. Although, take this part with a grain of salt, as there is no way to confirm this during the fight, and both of them seem to disappear right before the hit. But I personally highly doubt that they managed to escape the blast in time. The fight eventually takes you to the Shattered Remembrance in Sorkai, where you face Thordan, now the Dragon King, one last time. And after a brutal battle, Thordan is finally defeated, and both Nidhogg and Hraesvelgr's souls set free. Then, we hear the final words of the minstrel. So ends an alternate chapter in their tale. What lessons, dear listener, might we derive from this Dragonsong reimagined? Be it that of man or dragon, all life is precious, and the loss of loved ones shall ever darken the hearts of those left behind. Yet, death is not the end of what was wrought. The memories forged, the affection shared, the hope inherited. Such things grant us the strength to walk on to the morrow, and there is no greater proof of this than the Warrior of Light's journey. And so we come to the end of this alternate story, where we learn what would have happened if we saved a dear friend from his tragic end, which, as told in this reimagining, might have had catastrophic effects. Not only for the Dragonsong War, but also for the rest of the story as well. It actually leaves us with more questions than answers. What would Ilberd have done if he didn't have Nidhogg's eyes to summon Shinryu? Even if he did manage to summon Shinryu, would he have the means to make it that powerful? Would Papalymo need to sacrifice himself to bind the Primal? Or would Omega even be activated to fight it? Would the Warrior of Light still set out to free Ala-mhigo and Doma? What if we never met Xenos? What if Varys eventually used the Black Rose? What would it have cost us if we managed to save one life? I would love to hear your theories on this, so let me know in the comments what you think. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to check my other social media links in the description. Until next time, take good care of yourselves. Bye!